Another first impression video. Okay, so the hidden dungeon only I can enter. I'm gonna keep watching it, but I'm not really looking forward to this type of thing. I like the idea of it because I can we all know if you watch any of my videos that I tend to like some of the mundane fucking animes. Everyone's like, "Why are you watching that?" It's like 20 other ones. I'm just like, I don't care. I like it a ton of whack. Yeah. So this one even made me go, oh, for the love of fucking Christ. Sorry if that language bothers you. But basically, it's not so much the idea of. Okay. So it's on Crunchyroll. There's only one episode right now out. So basically, the title says it all. This kid he's a noble. He's like a baron, or from a baronet family, which is kind of like the lowest of the nobles. And he wants to be a librarian, and on his way to his first job, he finds out he can no longer get the job because a Viscount's kid decided to take the job. And then we have a childhood friend who, of course, obviously likes the main character because it's an anime. And clearly this is going to be a fantasy fulfillment shit, so yeah, of course we're going to have the friend with the big tits that's kind of cute and will want to fuck the main character for whatever reason. I don't mind that in an anime, but when that's your only personality trait, it just makes me roll my eyes. It's gonna be very true for all genders, but especially I see it a lot with all the anime I watch is usually the girls. So I'm not saying other animes do not do it, or do it worse, or to a better degree, or a different gender, what have you. But I've seen so many mundane anime that I've seen this bitch a 20,000 times. So I'm just kind of okay, fuck, here we go again. So be warned about that. And then of course we have the little sister who quite clearly probably wants to fuck her brother. So I was like, okay, there we go. There's two tropes right there. Just two giant fucking tropes. They never explain why. I can get past some shit in anime. So if you build up a relationship to the point that I like you, even if it's cringy, I can roll with it. When we're right out the gate, we're going for 100% on the nose of that trope. It's okay, could you not have tried little? Just little. Give us even just slightest little sentence of narration. Why the fuck they like this person, please? But it is episode 1. Maybe that'll change later on. So I'm going to try and keep open mind. But, yeah, so he decides he wants to take... Well, his sister suggests that, why don't you go take the hero test? Because if you take the hero test, you pass, you're kind of set up for life, essentially. And then he goes to do... Well, he decides he needs to get stronger before he can do that, because obviously he's probably not going to pass. And he has this unique skill called Great Sage, which immediately reminded me of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. But at least the fact that she very rarely showed up in that show, she still had a lot of personality. Where there's, it's just... He gives information, that's really it. But there's the side effect of whenever he gets information, he gets a splitting headache so bad he wants to die. Which, I'll explain why that annoys me later on. Which, it kind of makes sense, just on the nose, not so much on the nose, but just that premise of okay, you get a lot of knowledge, but maybe all that knowledge could hurt you somehow. I could kind of see that being an interesting take on it. But the way they go about it just makes me Anyway, so he finds, or the Great Sage tells him about this dungeon. I think what he asks is, how can I get stronger and pass the hero test? And the Great Sage just, it's hey, there's a dungeon over here, and he goes there, and he finds a chick there, and she's been sealed for 200 fucking years. And so far, she's the most interesting person to be in this goddamn show. And already, she's a very tropey character. I've seen her in other anime too, but she's the most interesting yet. So I kind of like her. Where she's kind of that very, not peppy, very outgoing type girl. Very confident, very outgoing, maybe a little airheaded sometimes. And I do actually like her outfit where it's revealing, but not super revealing. Yes, it does show quite a bit of cleavage. But her stomach is covered, it covers quite a bit of her legs. Yeah, it's kind of like a tank top so her arms show, but like I don't mind revealing clothing. And because of her like outgoing personality and kind of like it kind of works with her personality. Whereas his friend, like her outfit's also okay, but the skirt is way too short. Like, we don't need to see a breeze in her panties every fucking time, okay? Can we just not? Anyway. Yeah, there's that. So, she kind of says, "Hey, I'm locked up here," and he's like, "Okay, well, I'll cut down like these chains are binding her." And he's like, "I'll cut your chains," and she's like, "Yeah, no, don't do that. Those are called death chains, and you do that, and I go bye bye. So don't do that." So instead, she passes on her skills to him, and it's like creator, editor, and creator, editor, and something else. I can't remember what it was. And basically, you can create any skill, and then editor, you can edit that skill. He can also create that skill, give it to another person, or edit that skill, take it away, that kind of thing. And there was one more, like I said, I can't remember what it was. Sorry, but it costs life points, and that you lose all your life points, you'll die. And then it later goes on that he can get life points back by doing pleasurable things like eating. She says, your sexual desires, which I don't think is a bad concept. It's the way they go about it. That's stupid. Now, it would be... Okay, so there's that. And, so... I can't remember how. I think it was just kind of very out of the blue. Or no, wait, I think she's the friend, his childhood friend that clearly likes him. Like, was that her library job or something? But she, like, read a fucking book that, if you kiss someone, maybe the pain will go away or something. Or it was, like, some fucking dude, I want to say Merlin, I think I was wrong, though, would ask whenever he had, like, a splitting headache or was in pain or something to his wife to give him kisses. She thought maybe it had something to do with it, which, okay, that's stupid, but whatever. What's the fact, like, if they both obviously liked each other and kind of went about it in, like, let's say, Wise Man's Grandchild way, where it's obviously like each other, they actually confess their feelings to each other, and it feels cliched, but at least, like, I can see why they would like each other. Like, if it's something like that, it would still be cringy, but I can get past it. But no, they just randomly start making out. And that's the reason for it. Not that they like each other, which maybe they do. But it's just... I'm so sick. So sick of perverted stuff in anime without a point. Like, if you're making a porn, or like an ecchi, where that's kind of like the selling point, I don't give a shit. Because I expect that in that. But when every fucking anime now does this bullshit, it's like, could you not keep your dick in your pants? Could you not dry hump someone for 5 minutes, please? Like, I would take a fucking sentence, just one blip of a still image on a screen clearly showing they like each other and that they were old enough and it was consensual, then fine, I don't care. Still think it's stupid, but okay. I'm tired of it. Like, every time this shit happens, I'm like, it's not a good time. Like, throughout the entire anime, I'm just like, oh, fuck, again, really, again. It's gonna be one of those anime where just, like, you sigh and you have to grit and bear the stupidities. It's not as much cringe or disappointment, but it kind of feels like both of those would be synonyms for this. I don't know how else to describe it. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep watching because I do kind of like the premise of it, and I'm hoping, like, I can get past it. Sorry, I feel like when you sleep and you get, like, your crises in your eye, whatever. And, so I'm gonna keep watching it, but, like, of what I've seen so far, it's what I'm the least excited for the next episode of. Does that make sense? But anyway, it's on Crunchyroll. One episode out so far. It's probably gonna be an ecchi type show. I don't know how much they're gonna do. Like, we've already seen, like, panty shot, and the sister trying to, do they do the lap pillow thing, and they make out for no reason, and just childhood friend. I don't mean the sister, though I wouldn't be surprised if it happened next. Anyway, so I'm gonna keep watching it for now, I guess. Like, comment, subscribe.